Respected friends, welcome you all with all greetings, gratitudes, salutations, and congratulations. Let us do our 7 tapasyas, sadhanas, arpanas to the Lord for our own single pointed agenda of spiritual growth by beautifying our personality through the grace invoked of Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha Devata Gana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana, and then the total world around us be cooperative towards us. Veda Parayanam, Dhyana Purvaka Mantram, common sense thought, Mangalacharana Shloka, Shanti Mantra, Guru Parampara Smarana, then our Sankalpa Upanishad Mantra Parayanam, Adhyanam of the Upanishad with Bhashyam. So this Shwethashwathara Upanishad is so complete, so loving, so kind. Again and again, it is reminding us of the ultimate goal. Tirelessly, the Gurus not stopping only one after the other shloka. So we can see how much they are concerned about the Jiva's evolution. Great it is. So 15th mantra talks about that only. Nanyaha pantha vidyate yanaya. There is no other way. Tameva viditvati mrutyumeti. Nanya pantha vidyate yanaya. So, how many times we are hearing is so important. Equally important is it registering in us or not? Till it is registered, we have to keep on. Right, friends? We will start with our first activity, Veda Parayanam. Today, we will do our Ayushya Suktam. Mm. Start. Om Atha Veda Parayanam Ayushya Suktam. So, as it says, we are praying to all expressions of divinity to give us Purna Ayu as well as the Shakti Yukta Ayu, Niroga Ayu. So, the energetic, diseaseless, long, full life. So that we do our duties, we reach our goal. Keep that in mind, and while chanting it, feel whoever are the hetus for the arogya, may all those devatas bless me. Hmm? Om Atha Ayushya Suktam. Om Yo Brahma Brahmana Ujjahara. Om Yo Brahma Brahmana Ujjahara. Pranaihi Shirah Kruttivasaah Pinaki. Pranaihi Shirah Kruttivasaah Pinaki. Ishano Devaha Sana Ayurdadhatu. ईशानो देवः सन आयुर्दधातो तस्मै जुहोमि हविषाघृतेन तस्मै जुहोमि हविषाघृतेन विभ्राजमानः शरीरस्य मध्यात् विभ्राजमानः शरीरस्य मध्यात् रोचमानो घर्मरुचिर्य आगात् रोचमानो घर्मरुचिर्य आगात् समृत्युपाशानपनुद्य घोरान् समृत्युपाशानपनुद्य घोरान् इहायुषेणो घृतमत्तु देवः इहायुषेणो घृतमत्तु देवः ब्रह्मज्योतिर्ब्रह्मपत्नीषु गर्भम् ब्रह्मज्योतिर्ब्रह्मपत्नीषु गर्भम् यमादधात् पुरुरूपं जयन्तम् यमादधात् पुरुरूपं जयन्तम् सुवर्णरम्भग्रहमर्कमर्च्यम् सुवर्णरम्भग्रहमर्कमर्च्यम् तमायुषे वर्धयामो घृतेन तमायुषे वर्धयामो घृतेन श्रियं लक्ष्मीमौबलामम्बिकां गां षष्ठीं च श्रियं लक्ष्मीम् औबलाम् अम्बिकां गां षष्ठीं च यामिन्द्रसेनेत्युदाहुः यामिन्द्रसेनेत्युदाहुः तां विद्यां ब्रह्मयोनिगं स्वरूपां तां विद्यां ब्रह्मयोनिगं स्वरूपाम् इहायुषे तर्पयामो घृतेन इहायुषे तर्पयामो घृतेन दाक्षायण्यः सर्वयोन्यः दाक्षायण्यः सर्वयोन्यः स योन्यः सहस्रशो स योन्यः सहस्रशो विश्वरूपाविरूपाः विश्वरूपाविरूपाः ससूनवः सपतयः ससूनवः सपतयः स योत्या आयुषेणो स योत्या आयुषेणो घृतमिदं जुषन्ताम् घृतमिदं जुषन्ताम् दिव्या गणा बहुरूपाः दिव्या गणा बहुरूपाः पुराणा आयुश्चितो पुराणा आयुश्चितो नः प्रमथ्नन्तु वीरान् नः प्रमथ्नन्तु वीरान् तेभ्यो जुहोमि बहुधा घृतेन तेभ्यो जुहोमि बहुधा घृतेन मानः प्रजागं रीरिषो मोत वीरान् मां नः प्रजागं रीरिषो मोत वीरान् एकः पुरस्तात् य इदं बभूव एकः पुरस्तात् य इदं बभूव यतो बभूव भुवनस्य गोपाः यतो बभूव भुवनस्य गोपाः यमप्येति भुवनगं साम्पराये यमप्येति भुवनगं साम्पराये स नो हविर्घृतमिहायुषेत्तु देवः स नो हविर्घृतमिहायुषेत्तु देवः वसोन् रुद्रानादित्यान् वसोन् रुद्रानादित्यान् मरुतोऽथ साध्यान् मरुतोऽथ साध्यान् ऋभून् यक्षान् गन्धर्वागश्च ऋभून् यक्षान् गन्धर्वागश्च पितृगश्च विश्वान् पितृगश्च विश्वान् भृगून् सर्पागंश्चाङ्गिरसोऽथ भृगून् सर्पागंश्चाङ्गिरसोऽथ सर्वान् घृतगं हुत्वा सर्वान् घृतगं हुत्वा स्वायुष्यामहयाम शश्वत् स्वायुष्यामहयाम शश्वत् विष्णो त्वं नो अन्तमः यच्छ सहन्त्या विष्णो त्वं नो अन्तमः शर्म यच्छ सहन्त्या प्रतेधारामधुश्च्युत प्रतेधारामधुश्च्युत उत्सं दुह्रते अक्षितम् उत्सं दुह्रते अक्षितम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. See, in this mantra, every of the devatas who are cause for giving us dirgha ayu, they are all remembered, and to every one of them grutena through the offering of the clarified butter in the yajna we are worshipping. That's how the Vedic way of guiding us to propitiate these devatas. Wonderful it is. All this, you see that Yo Brahma, Brahma Ujjavara, then Krutivasa Pinaki, then what? Then Vibhrajamana Sarirasya Madhyad Rochamana, that Deva in Suryadi. Then one Brahma Yoni, Brahma Pratnishu, Shriyam Lakshmi, Maubalam, Ambikam, Gam, Shashtim, Indraseni. So many of these devatas. To all of them I am offering. Tam Vidyam Brahma Yonigam. Even to that Brahma Vidya Devi, we are offering the ghee oblation, asking us to give Dirghayu. Here, the Dirghayu is not only long life, but we all know every life, moment lived happily alone is the life lived. And happy life, living is possible only when we are in the pursuit and realization of that excellence. Therefore, Dirghayu means all the time in that spiritual bliss. So you can see दाक्षायण्यः सर्वयोन्यः, then दिव्यागणा बहुरूपाः, then यमप्येति भुवनगं साम्प्राये, then वसून् रुद्रान् आदित्यान् मरुतः साध्यान् ऋभून् यक्षान् गन्धर्वान् पितॄन् विश्वान् भृगून् सर्पान् अंगिरसः, all of them are prayed. These are all the subtle forces that are functioning in the world around Adidevika Devatas. So that when we through this mantrocharana propitiate them, then all the hetus because of which either our ayu becomes alpha or our life becomes unhealthy or miserable for various reasons, they're all avoided, they're all thwarted. Isn't it? That's how, as the gross physical doctors find the physical diseases and try to eliminate them through medication and give us healthy and long life, our Rishi Munis have done the same thing through the Mantra Shakti, through invoking the divine expressions. It's very beautiful, subtler. When we reach to that level and start understanding how our prayers and the divine grace becomes operational in soothing our life or settling our life or straightening our life or simplifying our life or making it disease free, it's so beautiful. And whenever we talk about the dirgayu, yes, at the body level, all levels of our personality, we should have that fully fulfilling life lived. Right? Om अथ आयुष्य सूक्तम् ॐ यो ब्रह्मा ब्रह्मण उज्जहार प्राणैः शिरः कृत्तिवासाः पिनाकी ईशानो देवः स न आयुर्दधातु तस्मै जुहोमि हविषाघृतेन बिभ्राजमानः शरीरस्य मध्यात् रोचमानो घर्मरुचिर्य आगात् समृत्युपाशानपनुद्य घोरान् इहायुषेणो घृतमत्तु देवः ब्रह्मज्योतिर्ब्रह्मपत्नीषु गर्भं यमादधातु पुरुरूपं जयन्तं सुवर्णरम्भग्रहमर्कमर्च्यं तमायुषे वर्धयामो घृतेन श्रियं लक्ष्मीमौबलामम्बिकां गां षष्ठीं च यामिन्द्रसेनेत्युदाहुः तां विद्यां ब्रह्मयोनिगं स्वरूपामिहायुषे तर्पयामो घृतेन दाक्षायण्यः सर्वयोन्यः स योन्यः सहस्रशो विश्वरूपा विरूपाः ससूनवः सपतयः स योत्या आयुषेणो घृतमिदं जुषन्ताम् दिव्या गणा बहुरूपाः पुराणा आयुश्चिदो नः प्रमथ्रन्तु वीरान् तेभ्यो जुहोमि बहुधा घृतेन मानः प्रजागं रीरिषो मोत वीरान् एकः पुरस्तात् य इदं बभूव यत्तो बभूव भुवनस्य गोपाः यमप्येति भुवनगं साम्पराये स नो हविर्घृतमिहायुषेत्तु देवः वसोन् रुद्रानादित्यान् मरुतोऽथ साध्यान् ऋभून् यक्षान् गन्धर्वागश्च पितॄगश्च विश्वान् भृगून् सर्पागंश्चाङ्गिरसोऽथ सर्वान् घृतगं हुत्वा स्वायुष्यामहयाम शश्वत् विष्णो त्वं नो अन्तमः शर्म यच्च सहन्त्य प्रतेधारामधुश्च्युत उत्सं दुह्रते अक्षितम् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Great. See, sometime daily spend in this type of Veda Parayanam, good in all aspects. Nobody will tell us, nobody will convince us, nobody has need, nobody has time. And we have luckily our intellect. We must know what is good, what helps us, and let us do that. One of them is daily through Veda Parayana minimum, praying to the divine expressions. And along with it, yajna, upasanas also systematically every day we do. And some other stotra parayanas and all. This is how the subtle divinity is invoked. If the divine is pleased and he starts blessing us, all subtle gross levels, the things will get settled only in our life. Right? Now, the second aspect of the day is our chanting of mantra. Nowadays, we are reveling in Gayatri mantras. Some more days we will do. Today, we will do Bhagavan Sri Rama Gayatri. One we have already done. Dasarathaya vidmahe Sita Vallabhaya dhimahi Tanno Ramaha prachodayat. Today, we will do other mantra and just be in that meditational mood. When the mantra is chanted, just go through, browse through Sri Rama's Leelas, and through that, how great Bhagavan Rama has been, and learn the lessons from him, invoke the grace from him that we also live life like that. And the three words, Vidmahe, we know Lord Rama fully. To say that Vidmahe, we have to study Ramayana, Rama Kathas of other Ramayanas also so thoroughly that the story aspect, therefore the glory aspect of Rama, I exhaustively know and am convinced and have full faith in him. All of that put together is called Vidmahe. Vidmahe means I know for certain, know for surety. So much I know that I have full faith in him. So much strong the faith is that no Mayanubhava, no anybody's promptings can deter my faith in the Lord. That's called Vidmahe. Dhimahi is what? In my dhyana, always Rama is there. How come? Because all through the day, I was doing everything related to Rama worship only. Then only the dhyana will happen only of Rama. So Dhimahi means I do the entire upasana to Rama, pujadi to Rama, stotradi to Rama, so that in my dhi, always Rama alone is there. In my dhi means in my dhyana, in my acceptance of Rama Kripa everywhere, etc. Nobody, neither me nor the world, are in my buddhi, always Rama is. Dhimahi. See, this mantra, if you see it from Hanumanji's standpoint, Hanumanji fully lives this mantra every moment. With Mahe, he knows Rama and all the glory. In the very first sight, little discussion only, Hanumanji understood what is Rama. And Hanumanji's whole life, whole day is what? Dhimahi. Has he got any other business of watching cricket match or any other thing? No, no, no. And Prachodayat. Always praying to Rama to Prachodana. Empowered by Rama, he was engaged only in Rama Karya and always in unison with Rama. Hanumanji lived this mantra. Okay. So today's Rama mantra is Dharma Rupaya Vidmahe Satya Vrataya Dhimahi Tanno Ramaha Prachodayat. So Bhagavan Rama is Dharma Rupa. Ramo Vigravan Dharmaha. This is how Rama is praised by Vasishthaji, Vishwamitraji, and even the Maricha, even Ravanasura. All of them know Rama is embodiment of Dharma. So Dharma Rupaya. And then listening to this word, we are so careless about it, proving our non-thinking and self-invoked misfortune. We have to pause there and feel the meaning of the word. Bhagavan Rama is Dharma Vigraha. He has lived the whole life full of dharma, fulfilling his duties wherever he was, for no reason of any selfishness or any of the sukadi bhogadi, for no reason he has compromised with his dharma. This is actually the first step of evolution. If that's not done, we are always falling down because the other two things overpower, called as artha and kama. When those two overpower us, instead of dharma, we do adharma only. Naturally, one who does adharma, not dharma, How can he be qualified for the fourth Purushartha moksha? So if he's not qualified for the moksha, then he is only going through the opposite of it. What is the opposite of the moksha? The bandhanam. That's what we always feel. The dukkhas, the limitations, the confusions, the fears. Ye sara bandhana. Because we are not doing dharma and we are doing adharma. Why? Because we are not sticking to dharma and we are allowing the artha kama to overpower our hearts. So dharma rupaya vidmahe is such a powerful chant. We have to feel Rama's whole life lived through dharma and get inspiration from it. Pray to Rama. Give that wisdom, give that confidence, give that willpower, give that courage, O Lord. As you lived dharma, let me also every moment live dharma. The one who lives dharma fully, he can never be afraid of anybody, anything around. Neither भगवान को nor अधिष्ठान देवताओं को, neither प्रकृति को nor the fellow beings, किसी के सामने सर झुकाने का ही जरूरत नहीं. If you do dharma, so much that if you don't do dharma, you have to bend in front of everyone. Dharma rupaya vidmahe. Then satyavrataya dhimahi. The Lord Rama is satyavrata. Lived dharma and satyavrata is he himself is in that satyatma anubhava and he expressed that throughout his expression. Satyavrataya dhimahi. So the dharma is the activity aspect. Satya is the intellectual conviction aspect. Both are same, like in chantings, Veda mantras, Shanti mantras. How many times we heard this? Rutam vadishyami and Satyam vadishyami. Both appear to be same. But little difference is, Rutam is the intellectual conviction of what is said in the Vedas. Is fully understood, accepted. Satyam is that's translated in the activity. I am convinced about what is said in the Vedas as right, and I am living that only. That's called Rutam and Satyam. Here also, Dharma Rupaya Vidmahe, activity level, Satyavrataya Dhimahe. Satyam is the intellectual honesty. Intellectual honesty has two aspects, or in fact, three aspects. One aspect is what? The intellect has thoroughly inquired with all the yuktis, etc., guided by the Lord or the Gurus on the basis of Shastra and understood what is correct. Second is what? It is convinced about the truth. It's not compromising with it. Third one is that intellect has got the courage of the conviction to only live his intellectual conviction. So, authentic understanding, then the strongest of the conviction, then having the courage to follow the conviction. These three are called as intellectual honesty is equal to satyam. So satyavrataya dhimahi. And among these three, you and I through attending the classes, the first aspect we are trying. The correct, complete, authentic knowledge we are getting into our intellects. Once that's done, then we have to have the full conviction about that knowledge, not allowing it to be compromised. Right? Then the courage to follow that conviction. Then we are Satya Vrata. Satyavrataya dhimahi. Tanno Ramaha prachodayat. So revel for this 2-3 minutes in chanting this mantra for 12 times and throughout the day. You chant it as many times as possible. I will do it. But the Rama Avatara, so beautiful, so purna, so complete, so enchanting. Aha. And allow not any other person who is a Nastika to create any dent in our love and faith for our Bhagavan Rama. And people comment in their own ignorance, in their own biasness, in their own arrogance, in their own wrong thinking, insufficient data, and backed by so many of their own inner negativities. They have that courage, dareness, audacity even to doubt Rama, question Rama, comment on Rama, find fault with Rama. Such a low level wretched people they are. Allow not them to come into your life at all. Our Rama for us is Parabrahma Paramatma. For us, our Rama is Ishvara. For us, the Rama is the Avatara Purusha. For us, the Rama is the full, complete Maryada Purushottam. For us, Rama is Dharmarupa Satyavrata. For us, he is an Adarsha Purusha. We know what is he, we know what he has done. Vidmahe Dhimahi. Okay? Because these beautiful, positive, divine faiths, to gain them, it takes hundreds of lives. But to get disturbed in that takes little time when we give importance to the negative people's words, thoughts. हमारा रास्ता सीधा है इतने रूपों में राम जी के चरण पकड़कर हमें पार हो जाना है बस. Why we should listen to the others should never have this spiritual goal or even human goal at all? Isn't it? They're very funny. People are so arrogantly misusing their intellect in going against the spirituality and becoming Nastic. बच करे ना उनसे. This only I'm giving you suggestion. है ना? Don't take it for granted. You have the communist friends around you, the other religious friends around you. Very dangerous. We have to be very carefully guarding about their words, intentions, even thoughts. That they are powerful in disturbing just now born our faith in our Shastras and Bhagavan Rama, etc. मैं तो strongly वार्न करता हूँ. बचाओ अपने आप. Because you all move in the world, move with the people, go through the various books or articles or news or papers or happenings. So many things, every one of them have their cumulative effect in our antakarana. If we give chance to them, like what are the variety of the things I am eating, waters I am drinking, air I am inhaling, cumulatively it affects my body. Isn't it? In the same way. याद रख लो ध्यान से. स्टार्ट. ओम धर्म रूपाय विद्महे सत्यव्रताय धीमहि तन्नो रामः प्रचोदयात्. ओम धर्म रूपाय विद्महे सत्यव्रताय धीमहि तन्नो रामः प्रचोदयात्. ओम धर्म रूपाय विद्महे सत्यव्रताय धीमहि तन्नो रामः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ धर्मरूपाय 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 विद्महे सत्यव्रताय धीमहि तन्नो रामः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. मां रक्ष रक्ष परिपाहि परिपाहि. स्वधर्मं परमधर्मं प्रयच्छ प्रयच्छ. आत्मानुभवं प्रयच्छ. आध्यात्मिक साधना मुक्तिं प्रति प्रचोदनं कुरु. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Thus we have done our committed daily dhyana purvaka mantra ucharanam also. Let us now for some time see our common sense thought. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Friends, after seeing our Vedic chanting Ayushya Suktam, Sri Rama Gayatri Mantra, our third meditation is a common sense thought, spiritual common sense thought. In today's thought, we will have four things to browse through, leaving it for your deeper thinking and analysis. First one, that in spite of our being here for the classes and maybe doing some of our anushtanas, are we inadvertent and non-observant to allow our life, you know, to get into some erroneous habits? We have to be very careful and very observant about it. It can be anything. These four, five things are crucial. Is it that somehow, because of my inadvertence, the tamoguna of laziness keep creeping in me that I am not observing and it is settling? Other side, I am claiming to be spiritual. But this side, I was little careless. And then slowly that tamoguna entered. Or is it that some addictions are happening in me? It can be a food addiction, it can be a TV addiction, it can be some or the other thing where I become Bahirmukha. Or is it that some or the other living beings occupying my mind more than necessity or requirement? Of course, through raga and dvesha, etc. We have to be very careful, observant, including even the thoughts that though I am studying Brahma Vidya, is it that my Deha Tadatmya only I am maintaining all the time? Think about it. Conscious रहते हुए, is it any of these things where which are detrimental for my sadhana? I am doing them, I am involving in them, and I am becoming habitual in that, getting settled in that, and then justifying it and saying that चलेगा कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, एक घंटा मैं क्लास तो जा रहा हूं ना. So this is how the Maya enters us. Or even the inner fears, inner worries, inner uncalled for tensions, or the anxieties, or even the sense of dissatisfactions, miseries, incompleteness. कुछ ना कुछ वो अंदर का ये सब बीमारियां हैं मन में, वो आकर बैठ जाता है. तो ऑलवेज कंप्लेनिंग नेचर, ऑलवेज कंपेयरिंग नेचर, you know, always demanding nature. Is it that in me? Is this any of those negativities coming and settling and ruling as we were inadvertent as Indians on the name of spirituality or on the name of love? We are Atiti Devo Bhava. We allowed all Dushta Rakshasas to enter our country. And so much havoc they have done, destruction they have done that पता नहीं अभी कितने बार कल की भगवान आकर करने से सारा रिपेयर हो जाएगा. We don't know. Think about it, isn't it? When our goodness becomes our weakness, and when our weakness becomes the strength to the opposition or the negativities, we allow them to destroy us. As much it is outside, in these things. We have to be ruthless. So too within us also. Are we careless, non observant, negligent regarding these things creeping in me, settling in me? Isn't it? We have to watch. We have to be very careful. At our home also, If you allow some dust to come and settle, it will create that allergy. If you allow some cockroaches to come and settle, oh, they create whole family and colony. You have to be careful with regard to our health, isn't it, in these things? So too, some of the friends, relatives, you allow them, they come first to namaste namaste करके रहेंगे. Thereafter they sit on our head कि you have to do namaste to them, isn't it? Examples. In the same way, these are the things. Importance given to beings, importance given to things, importance given to the entertainments, importance given to the activities which are of non spiritual nature, which are of the ones which consume our time energy, even on the pretext of some entertainment. That's the most dangerous disease. You know? And the highest delusion is repeatedly entertaining ourselves in the same thing, not even thinking once that यार ये तो ऐसा ही है, इतना ही है, मैं इसके पीछे क्यों भाग रहा हूँ? Why am I wasting my precious time for that? Never thinking. Biggest disease to a human being. So first topic is alert about it. Second is little subtler. What is it is? Ki our bahirmukhata with the indriyas to embrace this Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha, and the cause of that within our mind continuous sankalpas and kamanas desires, and behind that, deeply rooted embedded vasanas in us carried from patane million life. Remember, listen carefully that they are the chronic diseases. When we have some chronic diseases in our life, उसको छोड़ दो तो it will just become aggravated, and then they consume us only. Then what is done by the doctors to the chronic diseases of long life? Continuously precautions, continuously monitorings, most importantly, continuous medication. Underline that word. When we have the chronic diseases, congenital diseases, what we said just now, they are all congenital diseases. Congenital मतलब जन्मतः सिद्ध. स्वराज्य हमारा जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है की तरह all these जन्म सिद्ध, we are born because of them only. They are all congenital chronic problems. They can never be neglected. They have to be always to be watched about, and we have to keep on treating them. Like the chronic disease of diabetes is there. You can't be negligent about it. Even in one meal, you have to be very calculative, regularly checking, seeing the ups and downs. We have to, then only we will be saving ourselves. So too, the blood pressure type of things. There are some things which are long-term diseases. और जिंदगी भर हमारे साथ रहते हैं, है कि नहीं? उसको फिर संभाल के रखना पड़ता है. Each one have different. Some have the migraine sort of problems, headaches a type of problems, indigestion type of problems. Some have the chronic allergy. उनका नाक पेरेनियल गंगा जी की तरह बहता ही रहता है. उनका बस कम बहना ज्यादा बहना इतना ही फर्क है. बिना बहना तो होता ही नहीं वो. The chronic it is. They have to be careful about the allergens, whatever. People are same way. Chronic are our vasanas. Chronic are our kamanas. Chronic is our bahirmukhata for the vishyas. So a person who says no, I cannot take medicine every day, then be ready to die. That thing we have to be very strong in it. Ki I have to take the medicine. That's all because I want to live long. I don't want to be consumed by this chronic disease. होता है कि नहीं? Same way, how long, Swamiji, I have to be guarding myself about all these things and protect myself. ये रोना बंद. We have to do it eternally. That's it. You know, many a times we allowing our mind to overpower, feel that unwanted sense of I'm tired, I'm exhausted. You cannot say those things. It's a lifelong thing. लाइक कोई देश का प्रधानमंत्री है या राज्य का मुख्यमंत्री है, he cannot say I am tired of going to parliament or assembly or discussing or planning. You will destroy the country. If you are in the power, you have to be continuously monitoring and doing, or get down of the job that post. So too, as long as we want to live, so long we have to be guarding about them. नहीं तो die, what to do? So these are all chronic diseases. We can never say that we have totally eliminated them. They'll be there in some bija rupena, rasavarjam. If you become negligent, the immunity is lesser, immediately they overpower us. So therefore, treating them is continuous process. Okay, vasana non-formation, existing vasanas getting exhausted through karma yoga. We have to see with all the disciplines of Upavasadi Diksha, our slavery to Shabdasparsha through Indriya and the Mana, we have to keep on reducing and checking. Otherwise, you see, Yatato Hyapi Kaunteya Purushasya Vipaschita, how exhaustively we studied that sloka for 1 week in our Gita. Indriyani, Pramathini, Haranti, Prasapam, Manaha. Nowadays, though, the joy of fasting only we have forgotten. खूब खाते जाते बफेलो की तरह. Even buffaloes give a relief and respite. They have the concept of upavasa. How wonderful it was, isn't it? हफ्ते में एक दिन पूरा फास्टिंग करो. बॉडी के लिए भी अच्छा है. More important is our slavery to the world, dependency on the world is avoided. We develop a inner different self confidence, isn't it? And the beautiful sadhanas of Jagarana. Yesterday was such a great chanting or study in that Sankshipta Skanda Purana that Ekadashi Jagarana was so exhaustively said. एकादशी के दिन जागरण करो भगवान विष्णु के सामने और विष्णु स्मरण करते हुए 100 benefits आर टोल्ड. मैं तो फोटो लिया उनका. बट वेयर आर जागरणास nowadays? जागरणा विद स्पिरिचुअलिटी. अदरवाइज टीवी देखते हुए गप्पे मारते हुए उल्लू की तरह वी आर डूइंग जागरणा. दैट इज नॉट. with the whole tensions for the artha and kama, पूरा night not getting the sleep. And don't say that स्वामी मैं कल ना जागरण किया. तुम जागरण कहाँ किए? तुम तो you know in your frustrated mind you didn't get the sleep. See the joy of jagarana. Where is it? Well, see those were the days. Whole day, 24 hours, total mauna they used to be. Where is the mauna sadhana? There were the days where they used to take up. Today, 11 times I will, in my mind, chant Vishnu Sahasranama. 11 times. So each time it takes half an hour. 11 half an hours are 5.5 hours. कोई भी ऐसे हम कर ही नहीं रहे. Isn't it? Upasanas, etc. Tirthayatra, etc. Ashramas, Nivas. Today in the world, there are many places wherein they give us this facilities for staying there and doing our own antaranga sadhana. Use karo usko. So the first one is monitoring ourselves. Are we becoming habitually negative in something and justifying it? Be careful. Second is these are all chronic diseases. Therefore, continuously we have to give medication to that tireless. So 2 points. Third one is what? देखो इन सब का मूल स्तंभ आधार क्या है? दोनों चीजें ना. नॉट एट ऑल नोइंग अबाउट द प्रेजेंस ऑफ रियलिटी and always in full belief, wrong belief about the world to be real. Therefore, till we doubtlessly get convinced about these two things, that one is the Jagat is mithya, second, The Brahman alone is Satya. Till about these two things, we get fully convinced. Our Shastra, Shravana and Adhyayana, in which these two things are told, we cannot afford to leave or give up. Because the earlier two said two problems are because of this only. That we take this Jagat to be so real. Why? Because the behind substratum is never understood. All are like that. You don't say they're all Bewkoof. Who told you that we others are Murak, that we should take them as example? Just because the 9,999 people speak the untruth will not become truth. Na? Truth will not become untruth. Truth, Satya, doesn't depend on the majority or minority or voting. Truth stands on it alone only. The truth is Brahman is Satyam, Jagat is Mithya. But the whole world is behaving contrary. They have not studied Vedanta, they have not inquired, they have not contemplated deeply, therefore they don't understand. You and I are studying, so we should know that Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, and till we are convinced about it, we cannot leave our din ka shastra shravana adhyay. दिस इज फॉर दोज पीपल हु फील कि बाबा जी इस प्रवचन उपनिषद पे बोलते ही जा रहे हैं. अरे बोल रहा हूँ कि मेरे को कन्विक्शन होने तक मैं बोलता ही रहूंगा. Isn't it? And to the audience also, those who are listening, till that doubtless conviction comes about these two. And the third one, that in these two, the Jagat and Brahman, I am not identified with the Jagat, but I am one with Brahman. That's called Jivo Brahma Eva. Till these three are convinced. How can we leave this Tattva Shastra? People have this thing. You cannot stop Vedanta Upanishad. जीवन भर क्या हजारों जन्म भी हमें पढ़ते रहना. See that? So much you and I claim that we have studied. But still, how far we have mastered these three things. Thus, continuously, constantly changing the world is proving that it is not real. Did we accept it? If we accept, do we have the desire for the world? Do we have the anxiety for the world, either to possess it or to indulge in it or even to improve it? What will you improve this world which is continuously changing? Think. In the same way, if we say the Brahman Satyam, other than Sat Brahma, will we have any other sadhana other than trying to realize it? So if we are doing so many things, means what? We are not convinced about Satya, Brahma Satyata. Isn't it? So too, if I say I am Jiva, Brahma, not the Upadhyukta Jiva, then how can I be identify the Upadhis and continuously suffer its limitations as my limitations? So I'm not convinced in these three. So till it happens, the only treatment or only exposure is Upanishad Shravana Adhyayana. Tattva Shastra Shravana Adhyayana. I तो am convinced about it. नहीं छोड़ूंगा भाई. मुझे पता है. 1 week if I stop studying the Upanishad, the Jagat Satyam Brahmamitya Jiva Eva Aham. These three things will again enter. Jagat Satyam Brahma Nasti Aham Jiva Eva Aham Brahma Na Asmi. See, you and I especially, as the seeds are getting sown in us by the Guru Parampara, we have to feel happy, congratulate ourselves, and allow it to happen continuously. In fact, our tadap and our prayatna to give more time to the Shravana and study of the Upanishads should happen. और तड़प ना चाहिए हमको कि मुझे और पढ़नी है और सोचनी है और समझनी है और डीपली रहने एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली always remain in the thought and mood of Sadbrahma. Otherwise, are these classes for time pass or what? Is it only entertainment? Is only to claim कि हाँ मैंने भी उपनिषद सुना पढ़ा. Oh please, this is not like that, my dear friends. Let us not be insincere in this regard. And that's the highest humiliation we do to our gurus and shastras if we are insincere about the theme. It is better to be an astika in that regard. Like if somebody is studying Ramayana and finding all faults with Rama, Is it not better that fellow not to study Ramayana? In the same way, we are going through Shastras and not getting convinced about these three things. We are disappointing the gurus, etc., who have so many hopes on us for our realization. Third point is this today, that till Brahmasatyam Jaganmithya Aham Brahmasmi is fully convinced. The only thing is Shastra Shravana, Shastra Shravana, Shastra Shravana, Shastra Shravana. Shastra Adhyena, Shastra Adhyena, Shastra Adhyena, Adhyena. Shastra Manana, 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 Manana. Shastra Chintana, Chintana, Chintana. Till the full knowledge conviction happens. अब तो हम श्रवण तक ही है. अध्ययन मनन चिंतन, whether we are doing it or not, God knows in your case. Third one is this today. The fourth point is what? Some other day I'll elaborate more on it. In this way, first, we ourselves having crossed this ocean of samsara, bandhana, ajnana, moha, dukkha, janma, marana, help others also to cross. That should be the vision. As it is said in all the texts, Swayam Tirnaha Anyana Tarayanti. Swayam Tirnaha, they themselves have gone across the ocean of samsara, born out of ignorance, delusions, misunderstandings. They have crossed. Now helping others. Tirnaha Swayam Bhima Bhavarnavam Janan Anyan Ahetuna Tarayanti. Why is it? I am Swabhavah Swateva Yat Parashrama Pravanam Mahatmana. You know, that Shishya in the Viveka Chudamani tells to the Guru, about the Guru, ki you are such great ones, you cross the ocean of samsara and help others too. Such you I have come to surrender, O Guru, by answering to these my questions, by awakening the wisdom in me, help me also. तीर्णा स्वयं भीमभवार्णवं जनान् अहेतुनान्यानपि तारयन्ति. The beautiful mantra. Shanta mahanto nivasanti santah vasantavalokahitam charantah तीर्णा स्वयं भीमभवार्णवं जनान् अहेतुनान्यानपि तारयन्ति. अयं स्वभावः स्वत एव यत्पर श्रमापनोदप्रवणं महात्मनां सुधां सुरेशः स्वयमर्ककर्कश प्रभाभितप्तामवति क्षितिं किल. Then he says, Brahmananda Rasanubhuti Putaihi Sushitairyutaihi Yushmadvakkalashoджitaihi Shrutisukaihi Vakyamrutai Sechaya Santaptam Bhavatapadavadahana Jwalabhirenam Prabho Dhanyaste Bhavadikshanakshanagate Prapapatri Kruta Svikruta. Classic, beautiful shlokas. We'll be studying them. So, the goal in us, let me cross this ocean of ignorance, delusion, samsara, be in that wisdom, aham brahmasmi, then let me guide others also as I am guided by my gurus, they are guided by their gurus, etc. Having learned from their gurus and once themselves having crossed. Like our Puja Gurudev, learn from his guru, Tapon Maharaj, Shivananji Maharaj. He crossed, then how many he has helped? Isn't it? We also have to be. And like in the Bhautika Jagat also, let me find employment, let me improve it, let me start my own, let me give employment to 10 people. So that people can be alive, survive, get their livelihood. ऐसा होता है ना everywhere. Let me join politics, let me stabilize it and pull all my family into that. Let me start business, pull the family. It's a natural instinct. As long as it is not troubling others, it is not ashastriya, it is not, adharmika, it's okay. We have to know a spiritual person also should think, let me cross and then guide others too. Four things today we have seen very spiritual, common sense thought, very crucial. Each one is very important. One is being alert. Second, knowing the chronicness. Third, the treatment of Shastra Shravanadhyayana till Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva convincingly happens. And four, we cross and help others too. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Namo Brahmadibhyo Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानां भवयेव भवानिति मे नितरां ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्वध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्नशाश्वतसमूलनिर्मूलनपूर्वकशाश्वतरूपेण भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थमस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थमनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययनसाधना प्रयत्नमध्ये कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मुक्त्यर्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ओम नित्यानंदम निराधारम निखिलाधारम अव्ययम निगमाद्यगतम नित्यम नीलकंठम नमाम्यहम पारायणमथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः 13 14 15 ओम अंगुष्ठमात्रः पुरुषोऽन्तरात्मा सदा जनानां हृदये सन्निविष्टः हृदामन्वेषो मनसा विक्लुप्तः य एतद्विदुरमृतास्ते भवन्ति सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम् पुरुष एवेदगं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् उतामृतत्वस्येषानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति. Beautiful chanting. See, millions of waves continuously on the surface of the ocean. No wave can exist without the water. The waves, in their enchanting movements, definitely drag our attention. Keeping away this dragging attention of the waves with all their movements, the one who is able to see the water in and through that, he is the subtler visionary. Same way, the whole world, the entire cosmos of all names and forms, like waves, is permeated by the water sthaniya, pure Parabrahman. The one who is able to visualize that Brahman, birthless, changeless, deathless, like the water is not born, not changing, not dying. And so many waves are born, changing, and dying. Same way, the ability to see that substratum is called Adhyatmikata. That's the Sukshmata. So that comes to begin with the Shastra Jnana, because Shastra tells about the presence of that reality. Then Shastra only tells us as to how solely, subjectively within us, quietening the waves of the mind which is in our hands, we can see the calm and quiet ocean of consciousness. Then realize, let the water be in any wave form. I know the water is reality, wave is project. Once realize the self within, then I know everything is the reality. All else, Rupanama, are just projects. He is liberated now. The mantras which we chanted were of that nature. So beautiful they are. Now, continuing same thing. Today our Pandrahama mantra. Please chant. Om Eko Hamso Bhuvanasya Madhye Saivagnihi Sadile Sannivishtaha Tameva Viditva Mrutyumeti Nanyah Pantha Vidyate Yanaya एकोऽहंसो भुवनस्यास्य मध्ये स एवाग्निः सलिले सन्निविष्टः तमेव विदित्वातिमृत्युमेते नान्यः पन्था विद्यते यनाय. See, with the background of so many Upanishads heard, contemplated, at least the intellectual apprehension, understanding must have come to us. That non objectifiable subjective self divide of all lakshanas is the substratum on which all these are projected. For all the reasons of ignorance and delusion, we made a habit of valuing these projected things. Therefore, we are not able to see the substratum. याद रखो, परमात्मा को हमेशा तटस्थ रूपेण ही बताया जाता है, लेकिन हमें उनको स्वरूप रूपेण अनुभव में लाना पड़ता है. That's why in Vedanta, everything about the God alone is said in the Upanishads, and yet toward the end of it, it appears that nothing is told about the God or self. Therefore, I have not understood. That's because of the tamoguna that we only heard, never contemplated. That's because of rajoguna that we don't want the reality because we are happy and enchanted in this projected world. But only that it should not die, it should not end, it should not give misery, it should continue. Otherwise, I'm happy with the world. I'm happy with my husband. But he should not drink, he should not smoke, he should not beat me, he should not scold. वो होता नहीं. Isn't it? I'm happy with my sharira, but it should not have disease and it should long live for 2000 years. So this is called the Rajoguna in us. That's so deeply in us. I'm okay with the world attitude. That's why we don't go for the reality. Only when we get that I'm not okay, then I want to be okay. Permanently okay. To them only spirituality. Like Arjuna said, I'm not okay with this. No, my samasya is not yuddha karo ya na karo. My samasya is totally different now. Even all the three worlds are given to me. Still, I cannot be peaceful, he says. Because he has understood that this is not a temporary problem, nor it is a situational problem, nor it is an objective problem. आउटसाइड वाला नहीं है वो, ये तो सब्जेक्टिव इनर कंफ्यूजन है, इनर इग्नोरेंस है ना. So today I will not fight with Bhishma Drona. अरे कल को your own children will be useless like that. Grandchildren will be like that. Where will this problem end of our attachment? You know, you never thought that you will have so much attachment to your children, grandchildren. When you are unmarried, because पता ही नहीं कौन गधा कौन आएगा life में. But now you see, his not whole mind is occupied with the worry about the son or daughter or their children, and that won't end there. Their children will come. Again, about that you are worried. I'm just telling about the human relation. Other things also. So it's not an outer problem. It's an inner problem. Arjuna understood. It's Shreyasya Nishchito. An inner problem of tadatmyata, jnana, ajnana. Because of ajnana, we are tadatmya vidya, anatma. That is the hetu of all samasyas. So with the jnana that I identify with the atman, then all problems end. That's the meaning of this. Only two things, substratum and superimposed. In the superimposed, there are nothing but problems. Only in the substratum, there is only solution, means there is no problem. This simple thing to click, as many days of satsanga is required to be listened, let us listen. बट श्रवण से बात नहीं बनता है, मनन चिंतन से दिल पे लेना है इस बात को. आई एम कॉट अप इन द चेंजफुल प्रोजेक्टेड उपादेश, therefore I am suffering. I have to identify with the changeless substratum, the self. That's the meaning of all the Upanishad mantras. Put in whichever the words, with whatever logics, with whichever the examples. One way is here this one. कि एकः हंसः भुवनस्यास्य मध्ये. You know, broadly you have to feel when this shloka is chanted. Eko hamso bhuvanasya madhya means there's only one self who is supporting the entire universe. So evagnihi sarile sannivishtaha. He is the fire staying in the water. It looks to be very tangential, but when you study Bhasha, you will understand. That the Rishi says, not that every shloka I'll tell you like spoon feeding. Some of the shlokas I'll tell mystically also. You use your brain to understand because with little understanding you अपने आप को बहुत स्मार्ट कान समझ रहे हो ना. अब इस श्लोक को समझ के बता. puzzle श्लोक. But luckily we have Bhagavan Adi Shankara at our rescue. He will explain, oh, what is it that literal meaning if you take, you don't understand it. What is meant by each of the word and sentence is this. Having heard Bhashya, okay, now I understood. तो एको हंसः भुवनस्य अस्य मध्ये स एवाग्निः सल्ले सन्निविष्टः. Third and fourth line are important. Tam eva viditva ati mrutyumet. Feel the sentence meaning. Tam viditva eva mrutyumatyeti. Only by knowing that Brahman to be myself, that I transcend Mrityu ending all problems and Mrityu beginning all problems. Mrityu ending all problems of this life. But with this Mrityu, the problems, new set of problems of next life will start. So Mrityu is end and beginning of all problems. Ati Mrityumeti, Mrityumatyeti means Mrityu Sahita, all problems he transcends. So Mrityu means Janma Jara Roga Mrityu. All of them are only in the projection. Okay? And then the deep Vedanta mein, in the ignorance of the self, the Kala is projected. When the Kala is projected, it has its knack of playing the play of Karana and Karya. Understood? In that play of Karana and Karya, something becomes cause and other becomes effect. And in that Karana Karya, we keep on struggling only. That some Karya we want, and for that some Karana we want to do. We have to do. All the Karana Karya are happening in the Desha, in the Vastus, because of the Kala. And where are all these Kala and Desha and Karana and Karya? Only in the mind's thoughts, no? That's why in Mandukya, last 1 week we studied Yavad Hetu Phalaveshaha Tavad Hetu Phalodbhavaha Shine Hetu Phalaveshe Nasti Hetu Phalodbhavaha. For example, in that deep sleep, where is mind? No. Therefore, where is the mind's projected Kala? No. Therefore, where is the mind projected Desha? No. Therefore, where there is the Hetu, the Karana, and where there is the Phala, the Karya. And in the sleep, we don't have this discussion that he is my friend, I have to go and meet him, then it will give me happiness. So, meeting the friend and spending time with him is Hetu Karana, and it will give me happiness, the Phala Karya. Or this job or business let me do so that I get that money. With that, I can buy the things and I can have bhoga. All of them are not there in Nidra, but two things are there. One, I am, second bliss, which is our goal. I have to be blissful. That's the goal, no? That is there in Nidra. Without all these Karya, Karana, Kala, Desha, which all of them are concepts of Antakarana only. That is the meaning of Tameva Viditva means knowing the substratum is equal to knowing all else to be not real. See, when the thing is not real, neither it will give us dukkha nor will it give sukha. We are talking this about the Jagat. Brahman being real is always giving us the bliss only. Tameva viditva mrutyumatyeti. See how much contemplation we have to do to understand what is meant by the Rishi. And to avoid any alternative, he says, na anya pantha vidyate ayanaya. Amma, let me study and talk to you, Upanishad, if required for next 10,000 lives, if it's required, for me to come to this conclusion that there is no other marga than knowing the substratum for transcending the entire gamut of samsara. Na anya pantha vidyate ayanaya is as important as tameva viditva ati mrityumeti. Only knowing the substratum, the reality that the entire samsara of Janmavarana ends and there is no other way or path. Anna? And the other path, if you try to walk in, expecting the transcendence of Janmavarana Adi, instead of giving that result, it will only bind us more and more into Janmavarana. This million times the Gurus say through Upanishads at Satsang, but we are not so applying ourselves to grasp it, understand it. We are not taking it into our dil. And this point also, when the Guru says that what I am saying, you are not taking it to the dil, that also we don't take to the dil. Ab what to do? हम्म, मैं जो आप कह रहा हूँ आप उसको दिल पे नहीं ले रहे हो इस बात को भी जो बंदा दिल पे नहीं लेता अब करे क्या So I am not taking what Guru is saying to my heart. This is my mistake. I have to take it to my heart. This is how one has to tell to oneself. Who is telling it? The higher intellect. To whom? The lower mind. Which is the lower mind? Which is playing its own play in spite of any number of gurus telling to the intellect. बोलने दो मेरे को पता है मुझे क्या करना and what क्या करना I'll try to search for sukha and bliss continuously in the discontinuous continuously changing the world and looking for the permanent happiness in the temporary world with the temporary upadhis with the temporary activities is a permanent foolishness leading to the permanent struggle and misery only. This is the meaning of tameva viditva mrityumatyeti na anya pantha vidyate. हो गया अब now the mantra में भाष्यकार guides us. What is the meaning of एको हमसः भुवनस्यास्य मध्ये स एवाग्निः सलिले सन्निविष्टः. Very, very nice way of putting. Let us see how much we are able to understand. Ekaha iti. He says, the mantra starting with the word Ekaha, I am giving Bhashyam. Are you interested? Do you want to understand? Do you want to be blessed with the understanding from the Shruti Mata, helping yourself to cross all non understandings, ignorances, misunderstandings, delusions? Then be here. Have your faith within you for this. That helps you. Ekaha mantra I am explaining. Yeah, Guru, I am ready. Please guide me. Here now. Ekaha. The moment whenever the word Ekaha comes, Paramatma. Parama and Atma. Parama means supreme. Atma means self. Remember, without self I cannot be, and self cannot be not self. If these two words one digests, what is the meaning of Parama Atma is understood. So Ekaha Parama Atma. When the Parama is added, it means what? The aparama atma also is there. Yeah, that's what the whole suffering and problems. These dehendra prana mana buddhi are basically anatma. They are taken as anatma, and in that only all suffering is there. In fact, they are not the real atma, parama atma. There is some other parama atma, and it is one without second, and it is not objective. It is of the nature of pure sat, pure chit. देखो, listen. स्पेस में सत है, पानी में सत है, अग्नि में सत है, वस्तु में सत है, परमात्मा में सत है ऐसा नहीं कहते. देन जो स्पेस में सत है, पानी में सत है, कहा ना, वो दैट सत इज परमात्मा. सो टू स्पेस में चित है, पानी में चित है, आकाश में चित, सब में चित है. तो परमात्मा में चित है ऐसा नहीं कहना चाहिए. दैट चित इटसेल्फ इज परमात्मा. ओके, फील दैट मीनिंग, दैट सत चित intellectually. Everything is substantiated by Sat and Chit, and Sat and Chit is the ultimate self, and that Parama Atma, ultimate self, is me. That I have to realize in my heart. Before realizing the heart, to realize it, I have to be convinced. To convince only all these Shastras. Shastras give us the conviction to pursue that self inside the heart. Neither conviction nor pursuing is moksha. Then what? With the conviction gained, when you pursue that self in the heart and realize it, then only there is moksha. याद रखना इस बात को. So एकहा parama atma, and feel that in me, behind deha, behind prana, mana, buddhi, there's one parama atma. So to in front of me, there's another human being. उसके अंदर भी वही परमात्मा. There is another animal. There is a bird, the plant. There is Surya, Chandra, Graha, Nakshatra. All of them have, other than what they are seen as, the Parama Atma in them. And all of that is one. That thought we have to keep on entertaining to such an extent that the importance to that Parama Atma is more in us than the external appearances. They are only Vyavaharik. Only Vyavaharik. That joy of realizing this point, that the outer world is only for Vyavaharik. Beyond that, it should not have any thought in my mind. My mind should always carry the Parama Atma only. If one realizes it, one is really in great state of spiritual understanding. So, Ekaha Parama Atma, the Supreme Self is one. Actually, with this, the whole teaching is over. As we gave already examples, so many waves, but each wave have its Atma, the water. The water is Parama Atma of all waves, one without second. Take the examples whenever we want to understand what is said and retain what is understood, isn't it? And remain in what is understood. Understanding, retaining, stabilizing, or establishing it. What is the intellectual feeling or understanding when we establish in the knowledge? Whatever I am saying, all are the Rupanama given, but all of them have one substratum only. See that? How many times we give the example of rivers and ocean. इसको 100 बार सुनकर एक feeling आता है कि नहीं? There is one without second water, which is called as ocean because of its bigness, wave, river because of smallness. So too it is called as wave because of this shape, bubble because of that shape, ripple because of this shape. So the ones who are carried away by the shapes and names, they have forgotten the water. And the one who remembers the water and knows the water to be real and knows all of them are appearance on it, he is not bound because he is now wise. What is his feeling? Water can appear as ocean and wave without becoming ocean and wave, without losing its waterness. Gold can appear as ornaments without losing its goldness. Brahman appearing as Jagat without losing is Brahmasthiti. And because the Jagat is appearance, it is not real. When it is not real, then don't be serious about it.
What is being serious about the world? Giving it reality and having the raga dvesha, the attachment to it. Like a cinema going on, some director produced it, and the people have acted it, and it is shooting kiya, edit karke bata rahe, and it's an entertainment. What is serious about it? It's only a projection, no? Isn't it? There is nothing to be serious about while going through all the joys of that movie. You know, an objectively cinema seeing person enjoys even pathetic, miserable scene also when he knows that it's a projection. The one who forgets that it's projection immediately identifies with that miserable scene, and then after even the movie is over, he only ponders over that. But ऐसा क्यों हुआ उसको, ऐसा क्यों हुआ उसको, अरे हुआ ही नहीं रे तो ऐसा क्यों पूछ रहा है? That's why Vedanti lives in the present, never asks the question. Somebody asking the money है तो देते हैं नहीं तो नहीं, ये क्यों पूछ रहा पैसे, मेरे को क्यों पूछ रहा है, और ये पैसे मैनेज करना क्यों नहीं जानता, लोगों को तो ये सब जानना चाहिए ना, ये सब संसार है. Why are you worried on so many things? He came and asked for money, you have give, you don't have, don't give. He came and asked the advice, if you know you tell, if you don't know you tell, I don't know. Okay. Anything other than that is living in the past and future, or living in the cause and effect is equal to living in samsara. When somebody comes and asks money, give him the money. If you have, don't give. If you don't have, say to him, sorry, I don't have. That means he is living in situation. He is not converting the situation into a problem, because he's not entertaining in his mind about any causes. Why are you bothered? वो चोर है या धोखा देना चाहता है? Why are you? If you have to give, दिल है तो दो, नहीं तो नहीं. In this world, the सृष्टि हुआ, स्टे मेंटेनेंस हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है. जो हो रहा है होने दो ना. Why are you worried? So a Vedanti knows this art of escaping, creating samsara out of the simply happening happenings. He escapes. He doesn't create some. There's no samsara to me. Samsara is thinking only. I have nothing to think. I am seeing reality. And to the situation I am tackling, I know how to tackle at that moment. Bhuk laga to khaya. That's it. But why the Lord has created hunger? This is your mind, your thought. It's not required. Then the sentiment, the emotion, the people in the world, so many are hungry. Gaya, pura Brahma Vidhi gaya tumhara. For you, the world is real, the people are real, their hunger is real, and you have to remove that hunger. This is a different balance when you are in ignorance. When you have to transcend your own उपाधि तादात्म्य, उसके लिए थोड़ा सेवा करने के लिए थोड़ा नाटंकी बताते हैं. But you cannot carry the load of all of that at the cost of Sarvam Brahma. You understand? That doesn't mean the man become careless, reckless, ruthless, and kindnessless. No, no, no. He gives food, but he doesn't become sentimental. अब किसी को भूख लगी, I can give him food. I gave it. He ate it. He said thank you. It's okay. There's no sentiment. There's no samsara in it. He does what is required to be done. Doing what is required to be done, what is possible to be done, is called wisdom. Beyond that, all feeling worry, what can you do? Because all of that is the waves projected on the ocean of consciousness. In the consciousness, in spite of all this is happening, nothing is happening. So when nothing is happening, how it can be serious? That's why abide in the self, which is Janmad Vikara Rahita. That's called technically saying. So Ekaha, Paramatma. Second word, Hamsaha. Why he is called Hamsa here suddenly? Hamsa means what? Hanti avidyadi bandhakaranam iti Hamsaha. Hamsaha means what? It's a etymological meaning. Avidyadi bandhakaranam hanti. Hanti means destroys. What it destroys? Bandhakaranam, the cause of the bondage. Bondage is misery. What is the cause? The bondage, misery का uh, जो कारण क्या है? अविद्या है. The bondage named misery. What is the hetu, cause of it? Avidya and Adi. Avidya means avidya, kama, karma. See, listen carefully. When one Brahman alone is there, it is infinite, it is Janmadi Vikara Rahita. When this Vidya has come to us, which is the reality, then where is, as we just now saw, the world of names and forms? Where is their birth? Where is their growth? Where is their death? Where are our efforts to stop it from growing or modifying or becoming diseased or getting died? ये सारा है ही नहीं भाई. ब्रह्मन यथावत है. You are that. Not knowing that is avidya, and from that the rupa nama are kalpita, and they are given reality, and we want them to be as per our choice and tune. हम ही कहते हैं मेरा दोस्त मेरे साथ बैठे, और हम ही कहते हैं यार ये चला जाए. That is samsara. This is if it clicks to us, if it clicks to us, we are in the highest state of meditation. A meditational person never asks the dost to come, never asks the dost to go. If he comes, welcome. If he goes, well go. He is stationed in the self. Now, those to go, expand it to the whole Srishti. When the whole Srishti is kalpita or maintained or dissolved, the Atma Jnana is not bothered. Because all that is in the self, only a play. Why should I value it? That is the meaning of avidya adi bandha karanam hanti iti hamsaha. And how this Paramatma destroys the bandha karanam avidyadi means when you know that Paramatma is yourself, you will no more be knowing or taking yourself to be jiva and upadis. Then where is the bandhana? Hai. When you put on the light, it removes the darkness. Means what? When the light is put, the darkness goes away. Same way, the Atman, the Paramatma, removes the Karana called as avidya adi of the bandhana. Means what? When the vidya of the Brahman happens, that I am that Paramatma, then you are not Jiva. That is what is yesterday Tattvamasi Mahavakya. दो ही शब्द है जिंदगी में, याद रखो. अहम ब्रह्मास्मि सर्वम एतद ब्रह्मा. That's it. On that Brahman, Aham and his Jagat are just projected. For Leela. कोई purpose नहीं. And thank God it is not real to the extent that the reality is gone away. And thank God the waves are real to the extent that the reality, the water has gone. Water is still remaining intact in every waves, every nook and corner, without itself gathering to itself the rupa and nama of the wave. And in fact, all what I said is absolutely wrong, because are there two things, first of all, called as water and wave? This is ultimate Vedanta. If one can crack this particular puzzle, he has got it. Are there two things called as water and wave? Only one thing. Water in its transcendental form, stable. Water in its own immanent form, wave. There is nothing called as wave, independent other than apart from water. What Vedanta says is realize the waterness first. Then know that waves are the play of water. So to realize the Paramatma and play the play of Rupanama. If you don't realize the Paramatma, then you take the Rupanama as real and you want it to be according to your convenience. There are two things. What is what? Wanting and trying and struggling to make the world convenient to us. Second is what? Knowing and accepting that whatever it is already convenient. The second one is realization. The first one is samsara. Think about it. So hamsaha word we try to explain, little more we tell tomorrow. Then sahevagnihi. What is the meaning of bhuvanasya madhye? Then sahevagnihi, salilasya madhye. All these things we'll study. So this is such a Vedantic explanation class. It's not a cinema story that thoda bata diya, incidents ho gaye. Nothing. No. It's a deep inquiry, deep contemplation. So it is always like this only. Let us revel in this and try to catch the essence. Om 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 ओम ओम पूर्णमदः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Very good. Now come to study Gita, a great, great topic. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः. आ जाओ.